Honey Zoomers, the place where sexy, funny singles find love over Zoom. I am your host, Minister Sharon Simon, and my goal is to hook you up so that you're not out there alone. Today, I have three very, very funny comedians who are going to compete for the love of a beautiful loan officer. So guys, if she loans you money for an Uber to get you to stop sleeping on her sofa, you better pay her back, because otherwise she's going to know exactly how to come out and get you. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first contestant. Are you ready?
Oh boy.
All right, your first contestant is a native New Yorker. He was in the first episode of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and the first episode of Last Comic Standing, so I had to put him first. Please give a warm welcome to contestant number one.
Yeah. You forgot to mention I also have Central Air.
That's later. You don't lead with your biggest quality.
If that's my biggest quality, I'm already in trouble, but let's go.
Central Air is hot out.
It's going to get hot in here too.
Your second contestant to choose from tonight actually has an amazing podcast that he co-hosts with Aaron Berg called In Hot Water on Compound Media. And he has an amazing album called Uncle Gino. Please give a welcome to contestant number two.
No one knows those things. No one. Uncle Gino is ready to be here. I'm ready to spin the wheel.
Your third contestant, I'm very, very excited about. You may have seen him on Gotham Live, and he has his own film on Amazon Prime. I think it's called Dub It. I'm going to watch it right after this show. Please give a warm welcome to the fantastic contestant number three.
Hey! Oh yeah, it's called Dup It, like a puppet or a muppet, but with a D. It doesn't matter. Like Gino I should have just done what Gino did. No one's seen it. No one's heard of it.
Now they have. So I don't want to be the reason someone has a nervous breakdown while they're going through Amazon Prime. Like, why did she tell us about this movie that doesn't exist? I don't want that. I mean, no. So I'm so excited about our Bachelorette. I am beyond being a loan officer. She's also an amazing singer. You may have heard of her, Giggles. I have. I know I danced to her music many nights I can no longer remember. And she has her own lipstick line that's not tested on animals, so we're going to test it on these animals tonight.
So if I'm blowing a horse, I don't know if the lipstick's going to stay on his cock. Oh, wait. Is it clean?
There you go for late night
Because
clean.
you have to test it on an... If you don't test...
Gino,
explain the joke. It was really clever. Explain.
Gino, nay means nay.
That whole first line is just going to be
And then they'll just have Jordan say nay means nay. What are they talking about?
Here's the issue with the horse. Is it consensual?
Oh, that's better. Okay.
If it's consensual, then you're fine, though.
Right.
Welcome, Giggles. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
These gentlemen
it's going to be fun.
They're going to compete for your affection. They're going to compete to be the one that messes up your lipstick.
I like that her first name is a comedy club we've all already performed in.
Me.
Yeah.
You're being very hopeful for all of us, so. May I ask what you look for in a man?
Well, he has to make me laugh, that's for sure. I love laughter. I think laughter is medicine, so definitely has to make me laugh. Caring and all that mushy stuff every girl likes, has to be able to hold his own, because nowadays, it's very hard to find a man that can hold his own.
Good luck with that. They're comedians.
So, to me, he has to be sincere, honest, and has to have a great sense of humor. Not dry, great sense of humor.
Well, they are three great guys, but I don't know about them holding their own. Would you sing for us? We want to hear her sing?
Of course we
Please.
Sure.
You guys are so lackadaisical. We have an amazing singer who I have gone to dance clubs and danced to, and you're all like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would love to hear.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. How's that?
Yeah.
If she sings really well, you might see me holding my own on the screen. Can I say that?
You beat me to that joke.
All right. Please sing for us,
right.
Giggles.
Okay, so you want a classic or you want my latest single?
Let's hear your latest single.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's called Memories. So it goes, another day goes by, another sleepless night. We had it all, but then you changed overnight. I don't understand what's going through your mind. You just want to be with your friends. For me, you don't have time.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's really good. I was afraid it was gonna suck and I'd have to lie, but that was really fucking good.
It's good too. The lyrics are you're always with your friends, and for me, you have no time, which is basically what you're gonna get with the comedian.
Actually, we have nothing but time now, right? There's nothing to
Yeah,
do.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
if we could just get Gal Gadot and all the other celebrities to sing that for the protest, it'd be over.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not moving on that.
Giggles, I know you have some questions for our contestants. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to be with you, but I don't want you to pick them based on what they look like. I know they're all handsome, but I want you to really get in there and ask them some questions. But I'll be right here, and don't worry, I'm not giving myself a pedicure.
Okay, for contestant number 2, what is the craziest, most exciting thing you've ever done on a date?
The craziest, most exciting thing I ever did on a date. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to think the last time actually. Do comedians even date anymore? Do we even?
No.
No. The last, and now I'm talking to the other two. The last time I actually set up a date with a woman and was going to take her out to dinner, we were going to go to a concert in Philly. This is when I still lived in Philly. That's how long I was dating. And the pipes in my apartment broke. So when she came in, I was literally sitting there like a scene in the Three Stooges, like just bailing with a bucket because the kitchen had a patio door. And I was just throwing water out the door when she walked in. And I said, no, this is what we're doing. We're just, I thought I'd show you the kitchen. And we ended up having a good laugh about it. And then I took her out to the concert. It worked out well. And I used that excuse. I said a plumber was coming and we got a hotel in Philly. And they never found her body. I mean, and it was...
What if there's something about talking about plumbing that no matter how you put it, you sound like you're trying to be dirty? Pipes were bursting.
I'm a filthy old man. I am trying to be dirty.
And why do all your stories end with "and the body was never found"? Why does that happen?
Because I know what I'm doing, Jordan.
And
Half
if you-
buried. So a cat's. What's that, John?
I was gonna say, if you really want to know what comedians do on dates, is we do what Gino did in the beginning. We talk to other comedians. We go out in groups now.
Why don't you go ahead and ask another question?
Okay, this one's for contestant number 1. If I went out to get beer for us, what would be the first thing that you would wipe down when I walk in?
Oh boy. Are we implying that you need a good wipe down? Where did you go to get this beer?
There's a coronavirus outside. You don't wipe things down when you come in?
No, I do. But do I have? Listen. To what degree does she? Listen, if she's coming back with beer and we're going to party, there's a good chance she was going to get a good wipe down, regardardless of whether or not there was a pandemic.
I love the Woody Allen impression you're doing right in the beginning.
Thank you.
That's not an impression.
That's
it.
If I could interject one statement at this juncture, and I don't mean to be facetious or didactic in any manner. No, I think obviously you want to wipe down the groceries, but if you feel like we both all need to wipe, let's jump in the shower together before we have to drink those.
There you go.
Shower before we get drunk, so we know we're not going to fall in the shower.
You could just shower with the beer. All of you can go in together and just shower yourselves, wash the beer.
Sure, but that would be a terrible way to die. To slip in the shower and die during the coronavirus, that would be a terrible way to go.
Well, it wouldn't
Shower
smell
first.
too bad because you have central air, so you still got that cooling effect.
Exactly, I like good air dry afterwards.
Why don't you go ahead and ask contestant number 3 a question?
Okay, how do most women describe you?
Pocket-sized. No, I don't. I would say, probably, I still have all my hair, so that's pretty sweet, right? Funny, you know, good on a. I'm good on a date. We do fun shit. I boned on a beach once. That was pretty cool. You know, short kid. Yeah, I'm going for. I'm sticking with pocket size.
Describe you as hairy. That's a hairy, funny guy.
Sure. Only, you know, like I actually don't have any other hair anywhere else on my body. I'm like,
no
yeah.
hair. You're like,
I'm
like hairless.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
impossible.
You would think as an Italian, but it's all up here, dude. That's it.
You don't have to do the back waxing and shit.
Nothing. I was born hairless on my back. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Yeah, man. I'm like a
Look
mole
at this,
rat.
right?
without
Look
these
at.
clothes
Oh,
on.
never mind.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Not
Just happy to see Gino is actually wearing pants.
You don't know those are pants.
Why don't you go ahead and ask another question?
Okay, to contestant number 1, what is the most embarrassing thing about you that you're willing to tell me?
Oh boy. I guess you haven't
I've
seen
got
my
3
act.
embarrassing things about him I'm willing to tell you, but this is.
Contestant number 2, she'll get to you. I actually would like to hear the answer.
That
to
was too
question.
good to let go. John was wishing he did it, but he was being nuts.
The most embarrassing
Contestant
thing.
number 1, why don't you go ahead and answer?
Like, are we allowed to? John's like, are we allowed to do that? Could I?
I know. Like, I don't know. We let it shit on each
I don't know.
I'll tell you this, as a comedian, I feel like I've already tried to capitalize on all my most embarrassing moments of my life. I don't know if there's anything that I'm embarrassed about.
Giggles, why don't you go ahead and ask that question to the other 2 contestants, and then we'll get back to contestant number 1 and see if he's ready.
Okay, so the same question to contestant number 2.
What was the question?
What is the most embarrassing?
You tried to answer it.
What is the
No, he wanted to embarrass me is what he wanted to do.
Oh, that's great.
What is the most embarrassing thing about you that you're willing to tell me?
I already told you I have a hairy back. I don't think that's embarrassing. That's just me being me. Not a lot. Here's the thing, and I'll think of something while I'm giving this little excuse to quote last week's contestant, Rich Schultes. He says excuse. It drives me insane. My parents taught me never to take myself seriously, so I don't really. So even the dumb stuff I do, I laugh at. Yesterday on the show, I was saying that the gun thing everyone's bitching about is our First Amendment right, and it's not the First Amendment; it's the Second Amendment. And I just laughed at how we should really know that, right? And then a couple days ago, I was talking to someone in Detroit, and I said the coronavirus isn't bad in Detroit, right? And I'm like, it's just really bad. And then I said, oh yeah, Michigan, which is where Detroit is. And I don't run. I think there's, and I know this isn't a specific, too many to count. Like, I think that's the funniest part when you can laugh at yourself. Or should I just say, shit my pants on the way here today? Either way, not embarrassed about any of that stuff. And by the way, I didn't shit my pants. I shit into my pants because they were just, all right, too much.
You really hate those pants.
I don't like
Uber driver be embarrassed for the repercussions of
I
that.
made an example of those pants. And one time they did find a body. I was so fucking embarrassed.
Why don't you go ahead and ask that question to contestant number 3?
Yeah.
The same one, right?
John, let's see how you handle it, Captain Fantastic.
Do I have to wait for you to actually ask it again, or can I just answer it?
No,
I don't know how this fucking shit works, man.
What is the most embarrassing thing that you're willing to tell me about you?
That I'm willing to tell. I'll tell you whatever you want if you ask me specifically. But the most embarrassing thing, I'm the same as these guys too. I don't really get embarrassed, but I'm not good at building shit. And I went to put the legs onto a table and put all the legs on the wrong side of where they were supposed to be. Like legitimately, worked hard, thought it was impressive. Not good at doing that kind of shit. I accidentally burnt DiGiorno pizza and my kitchen down once. Not good at cooking. God, what else, man? I mean, those are things that I think other people find embarrassing. I call them quirks. So
Burning the apartment down for a pizza, for a frozen pizza. It's a quirk.
yeah, it's a quirk. That's adorable. Don't lie to me. That's like a
It would have
look
made
at him trying.
Would have made a better story if it was a tombstone pizza, perhaps.
I also think it's fascinating. He didn't say he burned down his kitchen making pizza. He said he burned a pizza and the kitchen like it was the pizza's fault. Like, and then this pizza just burns my kitchen down.
I've learned how to deflect.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It's like, I think that he has a lawsuit here with that pizza.
And it's the Italian in me. And this fucking pizza tried to attack me and my family.
You brave man. Thank you.
I'm a real hero.
Helping us with that. All right, let's go forward. What's the next question?
I can't imagine why it didn't work out.
Okay, this one is for contestant number 3. What is one thing you cannot get through the quarantine without?
One thing I can't get through the quarantine without? That's a good question. Not pizza. Well, obviously we don't want to chance that, right? I think I've been I don't know. What's the one thing I can't get through the quarantine without? I think I've been eating a lot of cheese, oddly enough, to the point where I actually Googled, is cheese healthy? And then didn't read anything that disagreed with my position, which was that it is. I was like, oh no, this is all good. It's all good news. And it was from cheesesgreat.com. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even try to go to like WebMD or any of the real shit. I was like, oh no, this site totally supporting cheese supports my theory about cheese being good for you. So yeah, I like.
So you're not. So you're cheesy.
I'm very, yeah. Thank you.
Dangerously cheesy.
Hey. That's great.
Okay.
Trying to just, I like how some of us are still trying to steer it towards TV clean, and meanwhile Gino is just like grabbing the wheel. I love it though. This is, I'm gonna pick Gino by the end of it.
Okay, so I have one more question. This one is going to contestant number 2. I'm tired of seeing stressed politicians talk about upsetting events, and I want to see the lighter side of them. So hit on me as if you were one of the politicians I'm seeing on TV every day.
I didn't do impersonations, but if I were a please, I could never be a politician, but I'd be like, look, why don't we
Not after this.
What's that?
Not after this.
Here's what we're going to do, baby. We're going to go back to my place. I'm going to put Fox on one TV. I'm going to put Rachel Maddow on the other, and we'll have a dude on each TV, as you can see. And, whichever one turns you on the more, I will dance to that channel, and I'll just make fun of the other channel. That's what I'll do. I'll be like, Fucker Carlson, more like Fucker Carlson. Get it? No? Nothing. All right. That's how I would do it.
So, Gino, you're saying you don't have nipple rings. Is that what you're saying?
I do not have barbell. Does he really have barbell nipple rings? Does he?
It looks like it.
Governor Cuomo, they say he has barbell nipple rings.
Wow.
He did not address it, which means he does.
I have a bunch of men contemplating the governor's nipple rings at this point. This is the direction that the dating show has gone into.
There's very little on TV.
That's a very
I didn't even know about
question,
it.
though. That's a very specific question.
You're scaring Giggles, Gino. You're scaring her.
I've stopped eating Cheetos,
You're
so I understand what you
supposed to
mean.
hit on me as if you were a politician. So I guess you're gonna have to lie.
What kind of odd fantasy is? All right. I'll hit on you like I'm Kennedy. Era. What say we go on my boat? So era, you can't read away and fill out a report because I am era. Was that anyone like a politician? Now
was that Kennedy? Was that Kennedy if he was an android? Why were you saying error so many times?
I do know.
You just say cognitive dissonance.
I do know impersonations.
Any politician that hits on you, any politician that hits on you worth their salt wouldn't even hit on you themselves. They would have all of their, yes men talk them up. You got to have the hype people that come in. This guy's great on a first date. He'd be so great. He's done this and this and this on first dates before. He closes the deal like nobody else. He doesn't put pressure. Those kind of things. You have your constituents, your yes men that hype you, and then you come in, and do the job.
Well, bro.
Yeah, or if you're Bill Clinton, you just hold them down.
I agree.
So Can contestant number 3 do the same? Hit on me as if you were one of the politicians?
I can't. You want me to top that?
Yeah.
Top that?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Just pick Gino.
The contestant number 3. Let us hear your.
His name is John. God
I
damn.
know. God,
Don't say your
jeez,
name.
I'm a
Yeah,
person.
I'm a person.
3.
Contestant number 3, when you can't see the panel, you can all see us.
Second suitor, would you shut up?
You said you wanted a Bill Clinton impression, man. I don't.
Yeah.
Did not have sex. I don't know. Is that what you want? I have no idea.
No, you've done it wrong. I've got
No,
it.
you're
I got
supposed to
it.
hit on me.
I got it. I feel your pain, and I would soon be like to be feeling a lot more.
I feel like you're hitting on each other, not on our bachelorette.
Weird,
No.
yeah, the weird comedians.
I just got an applause from Giggles. She was on board with that.
Yeah, she was. I saw it. She did applaud.
Yeah. You made me giggle. That's
Thank
for sure.
Oh boy.
If you were to take me on a date, where would you take me? Our first date.
Well,
And not virtual.
The living room is very nice this time of year. Later in the evening, the bedroom becomes very nice as well.
So
So
take
smooth.
me out on a date. Not in a date.
Right, you know, you find
Who
a
did you
part
ask?
that's not-
Contestant number 1, 2, or 3?
Let's try number 2.
Number 2.
There you go. You asked for it.
You know, I would actually take you to a really nice restaurant, and I think any place would be a great date now because we're getting and I would sit there with a mask and play this stupid game, and then and then I would take it down and try and kiss you, and we'd get thrown out into an alley where no one could hear you scream, and I think that would be right. So. No, I would probably look. Any restaurant you go to in this day and age would be nice. And then you know what? And go on a nice, I'd take you on a picnic. And I would break the socially safe distancing rule when I got you a little bit of wine, little red wine, and my olive oil voice and guinea charm. You can't take that.
Okay.
Sounds like the most romantic date you could go on.
I don't even know.
That was
how to
great.
date anymore.
Yes. What about contestant number 3?
We would go for a COVID test first, and that way we didn't have to wear masks for the rest of the evening, so we could look at each other.
Ooh.
I would then we would go somewhere for an early dinner, and then end the night with a protest.
Okay.
Really exciting people to choose from. Really exciting dates to choose from. Are you any closer
or
to
the worst?
Well, as far as the one that got me was the date part. So I would go with contestant number 2.
Look at you, Gino.
Number 2. What a good choice. So,
Yeah, oh,
Congratulations.
okay.
You will not. I
Before
will
we
get my
get into
back
the
waxed
question
for this
number 2.
date. You
Oh,
will not
man.
regret that.
A Chargers fan.
The better
I
Italian
want
one.
us to say goodbye to the 2 gentlemen you didn't pick first. So let's start with this amazing, amazing gentleman. He would send his constituents in to hit on you before getting in there himself. And as you know, he has central air conditioner. He's a good cook. He's a nice guy. He's got a podcast called Where's the Grief? Please give a nice goodbye to Mr. Jordan Ferber.
Thank you.
Let's say goodbye to contestant number 3. This guy, as you know, has all of his own hair. And something unique about him, if after he burns that pizza, some cheese falls off it on the side, he won't eat it. He'll burn your house down when he's making a frozen pizza. And he's so gullible, he'll buy anything you market to him. So keep his information. Please give a nice goodbye to John Popomero.
Oh, that's not it, but that's fine.
I get your name up every time I've worked with the stage. I know that. Paramaro.
Nope. It's Smith, actually. You pronounce it Smith.
Overall,
He's got really good hair. That's
You.
Don't cut it. It looks good. Are you ready to meet the man you chose to go on an amazing picnic with?
Yes.
All right. This guy I'm about to bring, he's tons of fun. I've drank too much with him many, many times, and my friends say he's good in bed. So you are in for a nice treat. Your date, Gino Visconti.
Ta-da. Yes.
Now let me explain to the two of you your date. You two are going to get to have a date where you stare at each other's phones at each other. And that's not it. You gain the excitement of not knowing if there's someone else in the room, since you can only see what you're looking at.
Wow.
Okay.
Since you can only see where they point the phone to. Are you ready for that?
Sure.
I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
Right. But thank you so much for joining us on the Honey Zoomers. And even if you're home alone, please, you do not have to be lonely. Every person you've ever met either has a live stream or a podcast going on right at this moment. And it could be worse. It could be worse. You could be stuck with a roommate who burned your house down making a pizza. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pizza
And
burned the house.
Why not?
I feel like that video of me dancing might be the most embarrassing thing now. If I can.